markets analysis, which of course in today's chapter we'll be talking briefly what's going on in the general crypto market. Seeing Bitcoin over the past 1 week, still within these boring ranges and of course dragging out the alt market, and nothing in the market has actually seen a significant rally over the past few weeks, since Bitcoin has been on this steady accumulation range around the $30,000 level up to the $40,000 level. So the big question that has always been coming up ever since Bitcoin fell to this particular range is what next? What are the future price predictions, and what is Bitcoin and the general crypto market could likely do from here any moment from now? So there's always been this panic in the market. There's always been lots of speculations. There's always been just a lot of fraud coming around ever since we've been at this particular level. And generally, the alt market is not been favorable for the alt market. We've been seeing ups and downs. Generally, the alt market has been down, and nothing have actually made a significant movement for the past 2 months now. So we still, so far, Bitcoin is still holding strong, the $30,000 mark. Which, of course, if you've been here with us over the past weeks, I've always been talking about how important the $30,000 mark is, and how of course it correlates with the general crypto market cap, which is still sitting around the $1.1 trillion mark. Which of course I do always ask this the big question has always been: are we going to lose the $30,000 marks, or is this the bottom? And are we probably going to accumulate here for a while before the market gets to choose which direction it wants to go to? So in today's chapter, we'll be talking generally what is happening in the crypto market, the future price predictions, and of course the fate of the altcoins market, because it's not been favorable. The Bitcoin moves up and down has not actually been favorable for the alt market. So far, thanks for watching. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. Share this stream across the social media accounts. Get your friends on board so they also get to benefit from this stream. It's going to be an interactive one. You get to share your thoughts on the comment section. Get to share me your thoughts about the current market situation. So I'm going to pick a few questions at the end. It's an interactive class. I'm going to pick a few questions at the end. I'm going to answer a few questions. So you just keep on rolling the comments. You keep sharing. And if you are not yet joined the community, you can as well get to visit our website at daba.school, and of course pick up the Trade and Make Money course, so you get added to our community, where generally you'll be exposed to all that's been happening in the crypto market. So Bitcoin still trading below the $40,000 mark, and of course a huge level sitting at the $30,000 mark. What are we to expect from here? Is this a bear market? Because I did a check run on the sentiments to better understand what people's thoughts, what people are currently feeling about the market, what they are expecting, and 50%, of course, I'm going to say 50% are bearish and 50% are bullish, which still puts the market in an indecision phase. So far, over the past 1 week, we're going to look at since the past 24 hours, we're going to look at what Bitcoin has been able to do regardless the bearish and bullish sentiments in the market. So we have here with me, Bitcoin is already in the past 24 hours still trading around the $34,000 mark, and it has covered about 1% movement in the past 24 hours. And also on here we have Ethereum still trading at the $2,352,000 mark, and probably it's done over 1% in the past 24 hours. And already BNB still green, trading around the trading above the $330 mark. ADA still, Cardano still green, trading above the $1.4 mark. DOT still green, Solana, everything. The general all market has been green since the past 24 hours, and we've been seeing stable coins as well. USDC, USDT, BUSD, all slightly green at the moment, which still tells us that over the past 24 hours we've been seeing this consolidation, not much of a flow of volume from the stable coins to the general market, which of course sometimes it always gets to show red, which at that particular point the general market gets to see this upside movement. But currently, right now on my screen, everything is being balanced. There's no much of flow coming from the general stable. From the stable coins to the crypto market. Everything is kind of like balanced in the past 24 hours, and altcoins are still green, no red here, except Doge that's still been red in the past 24 hours, and ICP is still very red. And right now, like I talked about, the USDT is still currently red, which still shows that in the past 24 hours volume has been moving from the stable coins to the general crypto market. So that's it for the past 24 hours. So we're briefly going to look at what has been happening, the reactions that's been happening over the past 7 days in the general crypto market. So Bitcoin still in the past 7 days is still down by minus 1.5% and still trading at the $34,000 mark. Ethereum is barely up 3.5%, and BNB still up, still growing up, still up 10% in the past. It has done 10% in the past 1 week. And then we have Cardano, we have Solana, we have DOT, all still growing in the past 1 week. They have covered significant movement to the upside in the past 1 week. And then we have Doge, SRP, still red. And then we have our stable coins on the weekly in the past 7 days, still red, which still tells us that over the past 7 days, we've been seeing volume move from the stable coins to the crypto market. We've been seeing this volume move from the stable coins to the crypto market. So that's it for the weekly. The general crypto market has not actually seen any sort of a significant movement over the past 7 days. We've just been raging, and the Bitcoin dominance as well is currently trading. Is currently at this 45.6 points. All right, so that's it for the general crypto market over the past 4 hours and over the past 7 days. Nothing really has happened in the general crypto market. It's just been sideways consolidations and just sideways consolidation and accumulation, I must say. So that's it for the market. That's it for the general market. So what are we likely going to expect any moment from now? Because that's always been the big question. People are worried. Traders are already getting tired of the range. It's boring. Over the past 2 months, we've just been stuck at one range. So what are we more likely going to expect any moment from now? So let's check on Nomics and see what the market has for us. And let's check on Nomics and see what the market has for us. How much have been traded? How much have been traded in Bitcoin for the past 7 days? Bitcoin still, the market change over the past 7 days is still sitting around, market cap over the past 7 days is 8 billion, and then -1 over the past 7 days. And the volume change over the past 7 days is roughly $82 billion. And then we have the dominance still around 41.5. And then so far it's been approximately 85 days since we fell from our last all-time high, which was at around $63,000. And then okay, that's it for Bitcoin. So we're briefly going to see what Ethereum has been doing over the past 7 days. So Ethereum still up in the past 7 days, still up, currently still up. Price changing over the past 7 days is currently $91, which is roughly 4% in price done in the past 7 days. And then market cap change in the past 7 days, we have it sitting at around 10 billion. And then the volume over the past 7 days, we have it sitting at around, that is -19. The transparent volume change, of course, nothing has actually not done a lot. So we're going to check on BNB to better understand what BNB has been doing over the past 7 days. So the Binance coin, all right, the market change over the past 7 days, we have it at around 4 billion. And then the volume change over the past 7 days, we have it at around still 4 billion. It has not actually covered any significant movement. And then we still have it around, the volume change over the past 7 days is around 4 billion. So we're briefly going to check on what Cardano has been able to do in the past 7 days. So Cardano is still trading around there, still trading above the $1.4 with a volume change, market cap change over the past 7 days at $1 billion, over $1 billion. So that's it for Cardano, and is down by like 60%. Minus 60% from its previous all-time high. So the crypto market has always been in this consolidation phase, this accumulation mode. Nothing interesting has actually been going on in the market. Traders are worried. We are worried. Everybody's still asking the big question, still sitting on the sidelines, probably waiting to see what Bitcoin does from here. Because remember, Bitcoin does lead every other market. If it doesn't go up, so probably every other market is gonna go down, or probably still going to range for a while. But then that's it for Cardano. We're going to look at so far what has been happening, how many coins have been added so far to Nomics. According to Nomics, how many coins have been added and what are the top gainers over the past 7 days. So briefly, we're going to look at over the past 7 days, Nomics have already added this Opus Bait, and we've also added the Uncle Doge. And which other one? Let's see what has been added so far on Nomics. Okay, this is e-game and crypto. The name is not kind of like clear. Let's go over to the next page. We have Real C, and then we have Bitcoin. Which one do we have? Still down, all still down. Okay, then IMVI over the past 7 days has been able to do 4%. And then what we have next, We have the self baby Doge. Okay, over the past 7 days, it's been able to do 59%. All right, and then we have baby Mox. Okay, that one not yet done anything yet. So we have the market cap gainers over the past 7 days. We have the Origin protocol is already up by 259% since the past 7 days. Still amidst the consolidation and accumulation phase, some coins are actually performing. We have Origin already done over 259%, and then AXX XG Infinity is already up by like 156%. What next we have here? Let's check what next we have. We have KuCoin shares already done over 84% since the past 7 days, and then we have Ecomi already done over 74% in the past 7 days. Let's see what next we have. We have Flow is already up by like 60% in the past 7 days, and then we have Synthetics Networks already up by like 52%, and then what else we have here? So what next we have? We have Compound is already up by like 37%, and then we have Harmony is already up by like 35% since the past 7 days. You've actually been seeing this move in the general market, in the general DeFi markets and NFT market. We've been seeing this huge surge to the upside across all tokens on that particular ecosystem. And then Compound USD, yes, I already talked about that, 34% in the past 7 days, and then Stacks is already done 28% in the past 7 days. What do we have next? Okay, that's it for the coins that has outperformed over the past 7 days. So let's look at, according to Nomis, so far the market's change and the market's brief recaps, what we've been able to cover in the past 7 days. Still, the total market cap is still trading at around the 1.5 trillion, which I always talk about, which I've always in the past shared confidence is around the 1.1 trillion mark. That makes it kind of like very important for us not to lose, and we're still maintaining above it, and we're still maintaining it, and currently trading at above 1.5 trillion, which is up to 1.4% movement it has done since the past 1 week. And then these values all crypto assets at around 21.5 to 1.15% of gold's market cap. We still the general crypto market cap is still below gold. And the question here over time has always been, are we at some point going to compare, going to see this huge surge in the general crypto market cap to the point where we'll have this comparison, where we'll start dragging shoulders with top traditional pairs? We talk about gold, we talk about some more precious metals in the traditional market. Are we at some point, is the crypto market at some point going to grow to this level where we'll see this huge money flow into the general market? Then in the past, the 1 week global crypto volume is still sitting around 1.1 trillion. So that's it for the general market in the past 7 days. What has actually changed? So briefly, we're going to look at what are the news, what are the top of the news in the past 1 week. Of course, one of them is we have already Marshall West is already talking about investing big time, coming into real time, we have an hedge fund. Marshall West plans to invest in the crypto sector. So that's what I've always been talking about, that we've always been seeing this institutional interest in the market ever since Bitcoin fell from its previous all-time high down to the $30,000 mark. We've always been seeing this accumulation over time, and we've always just been seeing these buys. And I talked about last week how over 22,000 Bitcoin have been filled in the past 2 weeks since we've been consolidating here. So the hedge fund Marshall West plans to invest in the crypto sector. Is actually a London-based hedge fund. Is actually a London-based company with over 55 billion assets under management. Okay, so they are currently picking interest in the crypto market. This is what I'm talking about. We are currently at the stage where we are seeing hedge funds coming into the market. We are seeing lots of institutional Bitcoin currently, and the general crypto market cap is being driven majorly by institutional interest. It's no new at the moment. So I've always been talking about the institutional interest and how so far they have been able to drive the crypto market. So far, what next do you have? What next do we have on screen? We have it. What next do we have on screen? We have Cardano being added to Grayscale. We have Cardano in the past 4 days. We have Cardano. Cardano was added to the Grayscale digital large cap fund after rebalancing. So that's also one thing that when I look at, that means Grayscale is already have this huge conviction about Cardano really doing something very nice in the coming days. So in the recent developments I read from the screen, Grayscale Investment announced an adjustment to its Grayscale digital large cap volume GDLC, including other assets holding, reflecting the growing demand for crypto investments. The fund portfolio was adjusted by selling existing companies for fiat currency and reinvesting in Charles Hawkins's other tokens. Okay, so as of July 1st, 2021, each share of the GDLC basket is comprised of 67% Bitcoin, and then 35% in Ether, 4% in ADA, and the remaining 2% in a mix of Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Chainlink, and so on. So, but in the past 7 days, the last 4 days, we've been seeing them. We see them add up ADA, which still brings us to the big question: what are they currently seeing in ADA that's making them add ADA to their large cap list? So we're going to look at ADA price actions to better understand why Grayscale actually chose ADA over all other currencies in the market, because we have lots of other currencies in the market. We have Link, we have Bitcoin Cash, we have Ethereum, we have A0P. Why ADA? Why choose ADA to their? Why choose to add ADA to the list? So we're going to look at the ADA rate price action to better understand why so far they chose ADA to other cryptocurrencies. So ADA is currently trading above the $1.4 mark, which is still sitting around her previous all-time high created around 2017, and the one Fibonacci extension level, which of course over the past weeks, after Bitcoin saw this correction from the upside, we saw ADA actually pull this movement to the downside, and it all came back to the point of reflection, sitting around the 0.7 Fibonacci extension level, which ADA has been maintaining for the past weeks now. And also seeing ADA trading above its previous all-time high 2017 still shows lots of interest in the market, and this is kind of like way similar to what Bitcoin is doing right now. So, but the thing here is that ADA has actually tested its previous all-time high 2017 and is currently trading above a significant Fib extension level that is still currently above the price, the all-time high 2017. So when you look at ADA on the micro scale, it's obvious that this asset is ready to pull this movement whenever Bitcoin is ready to see this move to the upside. So that's it for ADA, still within range, and nothing to cause panic in this particular market, and And now we've been actually seeing these reasons why Grayscale has actually chose to add it to their large cap list. So that's it for ADA. Nothing really scary on the chart. And then we're going to look at what more news do we have for the week. We also have this panic. There is panic that's about to come in the past in the coming week, which is probably on the 18th of on the 12th of this month, when GBTC will be releasing about 41,000 Bitcoin to the market. So this is it. Is Bitcoin in danger? According to Cointelegraph, it said, is Bitcoin in danger of losing 30K with Grayscale big GBTC unlocking in 2 weeks? So news that is that in about 2 weeks from now, GBTC Grayscale is going to release about 41 Bitcoin to the general crypto market, and this has always been causing this panic. We've seen last time that it released such huge amounts of Bitcoin to the general market. We've seen the one it did around April. We also see the one that was done around January. See, this is probably the last huge volume that there's going to be that's going to be released to the general crypto market. And the big question is, how is this going to impact the market? So far in the past 7 days, after studying the price actions, Bitcoin has actually been trading at a less premium and at a less gap with the traditional stock market, with the stock market, and on the CME. So Bitcoin has actually been trading on a significantly low gap and a significantly premium gap. So far, so what does that tell us? This still tells us that so far the market is actually gaining attraction, and there's actually huge chances of the market not obeying this particular factor, suggesting that we go down. Of course, JP Morgan, we have it coming around. We still have it that JP Morgan is still bearish on Bitcoin. with regards to this news, Bitcoin, okay, we already have it on our screen that JP Morgan says that Bitcoin may dump to $25,000 as Grayscale is more likely is going to unlock 41,000 Bitcoin to the general to the general crypto market. So that's it. So when you look at it, it's still kind of like very obvious that in the coming days you might as well get to see this manipulation in the market, considering the fact that, one, this news, we've seen it in the past draw the market down, we've seen it in the past drawn the market down, and then if people get to analyze that, of course traders will always get to panic, and then you can't always get to predict what their panic could do in the market. But still then, this is not really a very nice way to judge the market trends. But then, checking on the fact that the Grayscale, the GPDC has been trading at a 20% premium, as a 20% discount premium in the past few weeks now. It's still while Bitcoin has been trading at a very huge gap, but that's a very huge gap. Bitcoin trading above it, and Grayscale GPDC trading at a 20% minus 20% movement, which literally the concept here is that as soon as this gets released, investors is more likely going to short Bitcoin while benefiting from the discount from the GPDC discounts over the past week. So that's it for JP Morgan. Still bearish on the news, but technically, while looking at what institutions have been doing, while looking at so far, Marquesello's average, MicroStrategy's average by sitting around $26,000 mark, is most times when you look at when you check it on this scheme, was possible and was probable, and the confluence is around 30K, it's more likely that this news is going to turn to our favor. Think about it, because we already have our yearly support coming in around the $28,000 mark. That's our yearly support, our yearly open right there, sitting at around $28,000 mark. And then we have MicroStrategy's average by sitting around $26,000 mark. And then this rumor still suggests that we go below $13,000 mark, which is of course our point of technical violation. Which, if you should check on previous fractals, if you should check on previous price actions over time, over the past 10 years, is, as I've always been talking about, how important that has always get to put the $30,000 mark to be. So that's it for JP Morgan, still bearish on the news, and that's it for Cointelegraph, still kind of like bearish still bearish on the news. And then we're going to check so far what are still the things that when you look at you just get to believe that right now the market is still kind of like very strong enough. I'm more likely not going to see this dump. So we have it that in the past 2 days we have China get to ban a firm that does support crypto services. That was yesterday, and still this news bringing regulators shut down firm providing services used for crypto trading. So when this came out yesterday, this is normally a fault that gets to put the market down. Like, it normally gets to put the market down. Whenever something like this happens, whenever news like this happens, you always get to see this negative reaction in the market. You get to see people panic. Oh, okay, China is selling. There's this huge negative news coming around. We need to sell. But then when this came around, price didn't really cover much move to the downside. It only did about 3% move to the downside, and then it came back immediately. That still shows you interest that currently on the markets, negative news are no longer affecting price. Negative news are no longer affecting price, which normally gets to put us to a more bullish, to achieving a more bullish movement in the days to come. So this news never had much effect on the price, and of course I've always talked about China being a major buy signal in the crypto market. We always have our confluences coming all the way back from 2010, when they've always been trying to ban disruptive technology, when they've always tried. I remember 2017 when they also tried a similar thing, similar thing, banning Bitcoin and all crypto transactions in China. We've always seen this huge surge in price after such a movement. So China has actually been a fuel for the bulls. Has actually been a fuel to push the price to new highs whenever they come around with news such as banning and regulating. So there's always been they've always been this fuel supporting price. So we're going to look at briefly on one popular chart I've always been talking about for the past 1 week now. That's the Bitcoin liquid index all-time history, to better understand the reason why $30,000, regardless of the whole bearish sentiments in the market, regardless JP Morgan being bearish on the GPC incoming shares that will be released to the market. So we're going to look at JP Morgan. Okay, we're also going to look at China. If, of course, if generally more is going to come in the coming days, but what are our chances of losing 30K? I've always talked about this chart where, of course, since 2013, since 2011, we have always never retested our previous all-time high, and where if you should get to check on it on the if you should get to check on it on the macro scale, we always have it that after Bitcoin breaks its previous all-time high, chances are it never gets to come to retest it. We have it right there at 2013. Where he did it, and then we have it right there sitting 2017 where he had our first sell-off, and then we never tested the previous all-time high. We always have this on-field liquidity. It's about approximately 33 deviation from the previous all-time high, and then we currently see similar price action right now on the chart where we had our first sell-off, and we're still maintaining that same fractal. So the big question is, regardless with the whole news coming around, with the whole GBTC about to unlocked for 1,000 BTC to the market, and JP Morgan being bearish, and of course checking on the percentage of people being that are bearish on that particular on the incoming GBTC unlocking of BTC to the market. So approximately 70% are bearish on that news. So would that actually get to make us violate this all-time support coming around 2013? That is actually a very key important level we need to pay attention to, because if that should happen, that means the general crypto might be really ready for something very dirty, for some dirty prices, for some down dirty prices in the long run. But I always talk about this, checking on the general developments across the crypto market, the NFTs, the Polkadot, the DeFi, of course, which we've been seeing this huge surge in price across all those ecosystems. We've seen the DeFi is currently, we've been seeing the rally across all DeFi assets. We've been seeing this rally across all NFTs. More like AXS, for example, we've been seeing this rally on Compound. We've seen this rally on AAVE. So amongst with all these developments and with all this money coming into the market, what are the chances we lose the $1.1 trillion mark, which is still in line with this fractal that we've been maintaining, which is still in line with the whole Chinese ban points of reflection at any point it gets to happen in the market. So that's it for the Bitcoin liquid index, still sitting around huge points of reflection, and of course price is meant to, according to fractal, price is meant to rally from here without any further consolidation, which I talked about. How the volume is as well approaching a very huge point of breakout, checking on so far the less gap and the less premium we've been trading on the general market. So that's it for the liquid index. We're going to look at Bitcoin generally on the macro scale. Why the $30,000? I've always talked about it. So why it's always been this very important, and what has actually been this support holding us. So 5 weeks in a row, 7 weeks in a row, actually, Bitcoin has been trading above the $40,000 mark, creating this huge support line there. All right, so we have it right there, still the macro support, which is in line with the 1.61 Fibonacci extension level. We've been maintaining it, and it's just been loss of accumulation over time. So, and normally, generally, everybody they are worried in the market. So we have, of course, we've not yet tested our huge point of contact, the macro resistance, still sitting around the 49,000 level, and then yeah, we've just been on this down range. So the big question is checking on the news so far. What are the chances we break this particular level? So you just keep your eyes on the price and watch out for invalidation points, because right now, one thing about Ford is that when it comes down negative, trader is going to react to it. Traders already have emotions, and the outcome of the emotion you can't actually get to predict it. But then structurally, technically, looking at the market right now, the price is meant to hold the $30,000 mark and probably repair to upper prices any moment from now. So that's it for Bitcoin and macro scale. Still nothing really signaling danger or some sort of apocalypse here. So we're going to look at the general crypto market cap, because I've always talked about the confluences this always have with the general crypto market cap, their correlation. So let's go to the general Bitcoin crypto market cap to better still understand why this level has actually been so important to us. So the general crypto market cap, I've always talked about it in weeks now, still maintaining the $1.1 trillion mark, which is still the same, which is still matching with the 1.16 Fibonacci extension level, which does match with the Bitcoin chart, because they still tells the same thing. So the general crypto market cap still sitting around the 1.4, still sitting above the $1.4 trillion mark, with our support line still sitting around the 1.1 trillion, which is in line with the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. And then we have also a huge point of demand level, a huge point of supply level, which is in line with the macro resistance, and of course the general bullish point of reversal sitting around the 1.8 billion level. And then we always have conditions that are going to be met whenever we break the support line, whenever we get to invalidate all bull trends. And then we already have a huge point of capitulation sitting around the $5.7 billion mark if we are to go on a severe bear market, which over the past weeks I always talk about it. What are our chances of going to this price? What are our chances of going to this price? Is checking on the whole development that's been going on in general blockchain and crypto industry. We already have hedge funds going to raising funds. Like lots of the development have generally been going on in the crypto market. So that is for the general crypto market cap, still sitting above our support level, with literally nothing to cause panic in the market. So briefly, we're going to look into the daily charts to better understand what Bitcoin is doing on a relatively small time frame, I must say. So to better help us, understand what's going on in the market. So let's look at the Bitcoin on the daily charts to understand, of course, what we are to expect any moment from now in the market. So this is it. Keep it simple and clear. As long as we're still in this green line, green box territory, this green rectangle territory, there's obviously no need to panic. It's been so far over 57 days we've been on this range. We've not actually seen a break even or a break below our support line. So which is still accumulation ongoing on. Like I marked it here on my screen, that's the accumulation range. And we had remember I drew this pattern. There's this pattern that I drew there. There's this trend line coming all the way from 43,000. The first time we broke above it, we saw this huge pump, and then we retested it, and we never came back there again. Now Bitcoin is still maintaining this accumulation range with no sign of weakness. And then we have a huge supply zone still coming. We right on top of us. When this happen, this is more likely, this is telling us that whenever we start having a trending move, chances are price just break above the support line, the resistance line, because it's now becoming more thinner. It's now coming more closer to our head, to price. So whenever we see something like this on the price, it tells us that so far we've been having this point coming closer to us, and it's becoming more valid. We go test it. And checking on price right now and checking on where that point is currently at $45,000 mark, which means that at any point Bitcoin gets to break above $40,000 mark, huge chances are, according to on-chain, we accumulate above this big descending triangle, and at that point $40,000 mark would be a very huge support line, and then from there we're more probably going to see new all-time high, checking according to on-chain, and according to a couple of on-chain indicators like I shared last week, talking about the rate of stock to flow index, talking about the peer multiple, talking about generally the hasribbons. When you look at them, and so far what they are showing, they're literally not showing any sign, any bearish signs. So they just put this to us that the general crypto market is on a macro move. And we as well get to check on the developments. We as well get to check on hedge funds, companies, institutions picking interest in the markets. getting to raise funds at each point in the market, buying assets and accumulating. It still gives us hope that, of course, for now the crypto market is generally healthy and there are less chances we get to break relatively low and perhaps see lower prices. So that's it for the daily, and then we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at the Bitcoin dominance to better understand, because that's something I've been talking about for the past weeks now, that the Bitcoin dominance is already signaling this bottom, and any moment from now we could be seeing this is already happening. It's already happening. I remember the last time I shared this chart, the altcoins relatively, they were all very low, and ever since we started this recovery, we've been seeing this green across across the altcoin market. So this is still relatively low, and we've not yet actually reached our first target, and seeing it, of course, bounced off support line before it started this rally. It's still way significant. It still tells us that there are huge chances we maintain the $30,000 mark and probably repair to new highs in the time to come. So that's it for the Bitcoin dominance. Still literally not signaling danger. We have our targets way up there until the third one is not yet showing any sign of weakness. So we're going to look at the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index to better, because it's a sentimental part of analysis where we get to talk about what people generally feel about the markets, their feelings about the market, and from their feelings you get to understand, okay, when this gets intense, when this particular feelings, when it gets to its peak, we always see the reaction to that particular feeling. So right now let's go to the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index to better still understand what's been going on in the past, since the past 2 months now. So this is the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. It's actually been on this bottom over time. It's actually been on this bottom, and then seeing it still, this is obviously an accumulation range. It's been below 20. It's been below 30 for the past 7 weeks now. And when you look at the structure right here, it still tells you that, of course, the price is accumulating, and any month from now, we could be heading for new up prices, and probably reach new all-time high. So that's it for the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. Still, there's literally no need to panic here. Market is still currently at extreme fear. We've not yet covered any nice significant movement to the upside. So that's it for the Fear and Greed Index. So that's it for the general crypto markets. Still maintaining this range. And while you're still with us, you make sure you click the like button, hit the subscription button if you're new to this channel, and share this stream across the social media accounts, so you get your friends, and you get your friends watching. And so remember to always leave your questions. I'm going to attend to questions. I'm going to attend to questions. Keep rolling your questions. Let me understand. Let me know what you feel about the market. Thanks for being live with us. So thanks for being live with us, and thanks for watching. And okay, nobody. Let's see which. Okay, question, and question. Okay, more likely we don't have any question here. More likely we don't have any more of questions coming up. So more likely we don't have any more questions coming up. So that's it for the general crypto market. Still maintaining a very huge significant support line, which again is, as long as you maintain that line, huge chances are price repair and just continue to the upside until it gets invalidated. And remember, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. And we have lots of complexity sitting around the 30K. We have lots of complexity sitting around the 30K. Checking on fractals, checking on technicals, checking on literally everything in the market. We have lots of confluences supporting that we just maintain 30K, and then price sees this recovery to the upside. So what do we literally no much of a significant question right here. So thanks for staying live with us, and if you want to join our community where you normally get to be exposed to opportunities around coming up in the blockchain and crypto industry, you make sure you visit the school, and of course pick the trade money make money course, so you get added to a premium community where you just get to be informed on generally what's going on in the crypto market. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for staying live with us. So you make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and click on the check on the description description to sign up for our Trade and Make Money course, and probably link up to our Twitter. All the links are down below. Then you also make sure you sign up for Binance. Just buy Bitcoin today. So because when you look at it on a macro scale, people that actually bought 2017 top, they're still in profit. Nobody literally loses buying Bitcoin. All right, so price repairs over time. It doesn't move in one direction. I always talk about that on a daily. So at some point, you always expect price to accumulate and consolidate for a while, but that doesn't make you lose focus. So you check on the links on the description and sign up to every platform necessary that's necessary. So thanks for watching. Thanks for staying live with us. So no much of the questions coming from this angle. So it's going to literally be it for today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for staying live with us. And if you have more questions, you can drop it later, and we will attend to it. So guys, thanks for watching. See you next week.